Hey guys, it's Diego here and I hope you're doing okay. So this video is for all gay men out there in case you're feeling a bit isolated, insecure, confused with what's happening in the world lately and just operating on survival mode. So today I want to say a few words and say that I see you and you are worth it. So, growing up as gay men, I'm sure you likely felt a lot of insecurities, self-doubt, not really being seen for who you were, for your true self, and likely we have a lot of self-doubt and issues with self-confidence about our own abilities. I grew up in a relatively small town, and that's exactly what happened. I thought that being gay, I needed to hide away, I needed to not really tell the truth to my friends growing up, to my family. And as an adult, I had a lot of self-esteem issues. I had a lot of self-doubt in myself. And even though I moved away, I lived in different countries, I went to university and I did a lot of things, I always had that insecurities inside of me. And I still do, but I'm working on it now and I'm conscious of them. So I'm just sharing this to tell you that you're not alone and to tell you that's normal. And so we grew up with all of those insecurities about ourselves, about who we really are, and whether our voice matters or not. So I want to say that your voice does matter and you are worthy of living a fulfilling life. And we are living challenging times, not just for us as gay people, but for everybody really. And people are just operating in survival mode and trying to get by and working and hustling and paying bills and just trying to live a normal life. But the reality is things are not really normal at this time. What I've been doing the last year or so is I reduced a lot my consumption of news and external content, just because we would get very overwhelmed with wars, updates every day, all day long, and a lot of bad news really. And I know it's hard, I know it's challenging. I am also facing a lot of transformations within myself and how I operate in the world. And I think the problem and the challenge sometimes is that we try to fill up ourselves and we try to get busy all the time. Some people might engage with a lot of sex, especially in the gay community, and like hiking up the numbers of people you meet, people you have sex with, and just being busy all the time. I live in a big city at the moment, and people just want to get busy. They just want the parties, go to the club, go to the gym, and work and hustle and do this and do that. And maybe one of the key elements in this time right now is just stop and recharge. Reassess where we are, where we are going. Is this the path that I want to continue? Or is there something I can change right now to have a more fulfilling life? Maybe we can exercise more, or we can start a new course, a new lesson, a new activity. Maybe you want to start drawing and you never really took the chance to do that. Maybe you want to learn a new language. Maybe you want to visit some friends that you haven't seen in a while. So I think that's a good way to focus recently and with what's happening now, instead of just watching the news all the time and being sucked up by all the external negativity that's happening. And I also want to say that you are worth it for who you are. You are seen and you are acknowledged. And start noticing all of those insecurities from your childhood and don't let it take over your life, your adult life. Don't let your past dictate your present and your future. You are worthy of love. And here I want to say self-love first. Before we love others, we should love ourselves first. Are you loving yourself enough lately in your life, in the actions that you take, in the places that you go? How much is that adding or removing energy from your life? Sometimes being happy is just being with ourselves and say no to going to the bar every weekend and drinking all night and then having a bad hangover the next day, and instead choose something that will improve our lives. This is about self-love. It's about how am I taking care of my body? How am I taking care of my plans for the future, of my desires, of my goals? Am I treating myself with respect, or am I just going with the flow because I avoid feeling alone to face all my insecurities and I don't believe in myself? So I'm here to tell you, you are enough just the way you are. So that's my message to you today. Maybe pick something that you've been postponing for a long time. Maybe just choose to stay at home on a weekend and maybe make plans to go away, to see some friends and to do something you haven't done in a while, or something you've never done. Maybe it's going to the cinema by yourself to just enjoy some me time. I love you. I'm here for you. You are not alone. And thanks for watching and see you next time.